All right, what's going on? So, back to Levi Maynard Synergy. Finally got through all the guitar parts last week, so yeah, I've got a bass today. I'm going to try to get as much of that done as I can, and if I can make it through all of it, then I'll switch over to keys. I moved this to where I wouldn't have my back to the camera if I make it that far. So, gonna try this, and yeah, we'll see how far we can get. So I have no idea what the part is, and I haven't really listened specifically for it ever. So this will be an interesting experience. But yeah, just gonna start by doing that, and I think I'll put this in so I can hear that. I'm assuming it's probably going to be following the guitar for most of it. So do I remember what that riff was? Now that's we're on week like 14, I think. So. I think that's right. Yeah, I'll try playing along with it. Right. Yep. That's it. gonna try listening to the song in headphones for a second. I can definitely hear it a little better, but it doesn't sound like it's doing a whole lot of movement. Yeah, so it mostly sounded like, or at least in that section, it definitely sounded like when I could hear the bass, it was just following kind of the root chord changes. And Levi had said something basically along those lines during one of the previous live streams. So also, I mean, I think it just makes sense for that part to not be super busy because it's not, you know, there's already a really busy guitar part in the lead. So yeah, you don't want something that's like covering that up. But this other, the first half of the song, there might be more going on there. It's just really hard to hear. I'm kind of tempted to play that part with like some space in between, so like the bass is only doing just like the, or whatever the note is. So instead of doing like, yeah, instead of like playing basically the whole guitar part just without the higher strings, doing something like, maybe the first time through or first couple times through, just to add some dynamics. I mean, at various points in the first half, there's also a lot of busy guitar solos and stuff too. So, you know, the bass doesn't really have to do anything over the top to really like make the song work. And I mean, the bass isn't really like a feature necessarily of the original recording. It's just there to like make everything sound big, you know, which, I mean, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Not everything needs to be, not everything needs to sound like Steve Harris. So, yeah, so I don't know. I might do that. Or I'll just follow the chords. I mean, I could be lazy with it, but, I don't know. It might be kind of fun. Just whether or not it's going to sound good, I guess, is the issue. But yeah, it'd be cool to do like accented notes like that. But, yeah, I just don't know how it's going to end up feeling to have, like, if I don't play in some places, is the guitar going to stick out like it's, you know, is it going to sound weak if the bass isn't there to follow it? And so then maybe it's better just to, you know, because it's going to sound really full if there's, instead of, but I mean, there's merit to both. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm going to listen to it a little bit more, and maybe I can hear something that I didn't the first time. I'm going to just listen and not really like play along. I'll jump around in here. Yeah, I mean, in his recording, he's definitely playing the, anyway. Oh yeah, I heard something in there. Whatever. There's like a little fill in there. Something like that. Yeah, so my tendency, I mean, I like bass lines that move, but sometimes the appropriate thing is just to, you know, mash the strings along with the guitar and just like let it be a single part. But my tendency is like I played the wrong chord progression, but anyway, you get the idea. I like things that move around and have a little bit of a life of their own, but at the same time, like, you know, if you just want the guitars to sound really big, then you kind of gotta just do what the guitars are doing. So yeah, have to make a decision on that. And I don't know, there's enough loops through that maybe I'll do it both ways, or like the first time through each section, maybe I'll play it a little more. Well, maybe going into that section, I actually want to hit it like really strong and play with it at the end. Anyway, I'm gonna jump ahead to like just a little before the break and see if there's anything different. Yeah, it kind of ends with a slide. Definitely on that lower octave, but I'm assuming that the bass was programmed. I don't know that for sure, but I'm assuming that it was programmed. So I can't really slide down from the first fret. I mean, I guess I could tune lower and then I'd have more frets this way from whatever note that was. But anyway, I can end on that octave at least. But yeah, I'm assuming they're programmed, so you can kind of make slides happen wherever. Definitely sounded like there was something going on in it. Just kind of hard to pick out all the intricacies, whatever they are. So yeah, I feel like if I can remember all the notes, I've got a pretty good handle on it. I definitely want to like this first riff that is I don't know, like, I was going to say more technical, but it's not really a technical riff. It's just more like single note stuff on guitar rather than like chunky chords. I think it'd probably be best to just keep the bass to playing those same notes. But a lot of this song has like more of a feel that you could get away with doing some whatever, just like walking around. So yeah, might try some of that, but I'm gonna listen to this one more time, and then I'll kind of work my way through section at a time. What did I do? Yeah, I think there's some room for kind of wandering around a bit. I think that'd be cool. And yeah, I mean, I've played all the like lead guitar stuff as close as I can get it to the original. But I haven't, like, I'm not necessarily wanting to be like a real stickler about I have to do it exactly the same way. And some things, like, I already know aren't going to be that way, just because I'm not as good of a drummer as these drums, which, I mean, these were programmed, but I don't think Lonnie would have had any problem playing them either. But I'm kind of a hack when it comes to drums, so I'm just gonna have to fake my way through it. But I enjoy playing them, so I want to do it, because I could program them, but where's the fun in that? Okay, I'm also really tempted to do some accents. Like, so the song starts out, it's like just guitar, and then before the bass actually comes in, you've got the drums coming in like here. So I'm tempted to make that the part where it's like, so yeah, I don't know. I think I'll play it that way, and I can always just get rid of it. It's a nice thing about digital. So let's just see what happens. This track was muted, and that is the track that I needed to hear. Oh, I am clipping. Don't want that. Try that again. It goes to a different note there. And I want that louder. Played the wrong note. But I think everything up to there was good. Didn't do anything fancy because in the moment it just didn't seem right. So. Had to take some of the lead guitar down. I think maybe it wasn't super tight, and actually, as I'm thinking of it, I've been intending to re-record those rhythm tracks for a while so that I don't have any audio issues from my computer struggling with the stream, and I haven't done that yet. So now I'm a little concerned that if I try to play really tight to the guitars, that I'm going to be out when I re-record the guitars, and it'll be different takes. So hopefully I don't have to redo the bass as well. Anyway, I'll listen to this again. Oh, holds out the chord at the end. So I need to punch in back here somewhere. I think everything from about halfway on sounded pretty good to me. There's more inconsistencies with this first part. Also, there was a bit more variance in my playing. I think I tried to palm mute a little more as I went. Because, yeah, I don't know. Bass is really, in my experience anyway, granted I'm not an amazing bassist or anything, but in my experience, bass is a really easy instrument to get like way out of control dynamics where, like, you know, you get kind of a pop sound or something on a single note, and all of a sudden that's like, I don't know, maybe blaring isn't the right word, but it really sticks out. And so it's like if you've got a lot of, you know, that kind of muted, palm muted sound, and then all of a sudden you've got, like, those are really starkly contrasting sounds. And so you can do that, you know, if you're not really paying attention to what kind of sound you're going for, you can end up with a lot of that unintentionally. And like sometimes it's cool because, like, if you're going for a really clanky sound, that kind of lends itself to that, but you know, that's not always desirable, and that's definitely not really like the sound, you know, when you can really hear the bass, which is really only a few times where it's like, at least to my ear, really stuck out. The rest of the time it was just kind of like, here's the root note of the chord and you're just kind of hearing this big guitar. But to like hone in on the bass, listening to the recording, I wouldn't say it was clanky. It was more like growly. So like, I think there's some distortion on this stuff. Hey, how's it going? Just saw your comment. Don't know when you left it, so sorry about that. Yeah. So, yeah, so I think I want to do the first part of this. Second half is probably fine, but punch in here. And then, you know, if I have to re-record it once I fix the rhythm guitars, then, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that now, so that'll just have to be what it is. But we'll run with it for now. Oh, well, just play the wrong notes right off the bat. That's a great start. Cool. Well, I definitely came in late when the part changed. Like, totally caught me off guard. I don't know if I did that any better the first time or not. That sounds okay. We'll keep going from here. I think so whatever note that is hangs on. don't know, maybe that's kind of stupid. Yeah, let's see. And then, nope. Cool. Okay. Do I know what I'm doing? I'll try the low note. That'll be cool. Yeah, okay. I think I know what I'm doing. Famous last words. Okay, a bunch of nasty clicks in the audio, so probably gonna have to do this one off camera as well, unfortunately. Although actually, I'm not really seeing anything, so maybe it's good. I kind of randomly switched octaves. I don't know if I'm gonna like that. I think I would like it if it was like planned out in a way that kind of made some sort of sense, but it was really just very spur of the moment, so I don't know if that's gonna just seem too random. Maybe it won't matter. Yeah. Okay. What did I do? That note kind of takes up the whole like audio spectrum. That's actually kind of funny. I also have this track cranked, but I can see I still clipped a little bit on that note. Oh, yep. There's one. That flat line is where, yeah, the audio clicked too much. Just from my poor old computer trying to struggle to keep up with doing too many things at once. So, yeah, sometimes I can fix that by, well, if I can find it again, I'll just do it. Just for show. Yep. Yeah, so you can kind of, these really close together squiggles usually indicate the beginning of like a pick stroke, so might be harder to get away with this one, just depending on where it fell. But yeah, but basically, if you just, well, what am I doing? Yeah. Take snap off and then cut, and then cut far enough on this side so that you've got some room to work with, and you can grab this and oops, wrong keys, and do what some DAWs call a slip edit. I don't think Ardor calls it a slip edit, but it's, anyway, that's what I learned. So, and yeah, so we can, it's such a small section, it's probably not even really going to be noticeable. So I could probably get away with that. The problem is that, you know, if there ends up being like 100 of these, it's just going to be faster to re-record it off camera than it is to try to fix the whole thing. Yeah, and I'm having, like, I don't know if that's coming across on the streaming audio, but I'm having so many, like, issues with it. Even just on playback, it's, like, hard to tell what I'm actually hearing here. I mean, it definitely warbles a bit there. But in terms of, like, fixing, you know, it's just, like, clicking, you know, all the time. Yeah, for as old as my computer is, it really, like, it doesn't have any problems if I'm not streaming. It's just, I don't know if OBS is just a resource hog, or if it's just, like, the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm not really sure. Someday it would be nice to have a faster computer. Maybe I can drag this a little more. And maybe it'll sound better. Yeah. Overextended it. So that might not work for this one anyway. But that's a thing that I can do. I fixed a couple of places like that in the last song that I did, Screaming Silver Wings. And it was, if you're only doing a couple of them, you know, I mean, even like 10 or 20, I guess, you can get going pretty fast if you get kind of in the headspace for it. But yeah, I don't think that one's gonna work though. So we'll I can just undo all those. Anyway, so yeah, issues like that, definitely a problem. Obviously the other thing I could do is take another repeat of that same note and just cut it and paste the entire thing if I've got a good take. But again, all these like minute edits end up just taking a bunch of time, and, you know, re-recording it, like, will take, you know, probably less time, hopefully less time. So usually less time, I guess I will say, rather than, I don't know, maybe for some people that's different, but for me, like, I don't know, I just want to play the part again. If I have to mess with a bunch of, you know, post-production minor tweaks, I'm just not enough of a knob twiddler, I guess. But sometimes they can be fixed. Okay, enough yakking. I'm gonna listen to, I guess, just from where I've got it till the end and see if it sounds okay. Yeah. So jumping around the octaves, I don't know. Obviously I've got the bass cranked, so it's like really noticing it, and in the final mix it's not going to be that loud, so kind of have to factor that in. But I feel like when I went to the lower octave, after kind of setting the expectation for the listener to be going to the higher octave, it came in like, I don't know, with too much force. But I sort of like going to the lower octave, and I've got the 5th string, so why not, you know? I feel like it makes sense for this song in particular, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess that sounds fine. I was trying to do that. The one thing that I definitely did here that wasn't just like, just exactly playing the electric guitar part. It did that kind of thing. So I was trying to emulate that at least. But then this weird, so right at the end when I was trying to do that, and then go down to the lower octave, that jump sounded weird to me. And maybe I'm being too nitpicky on it, but yeah, it just wasn't, I don't know. Just didn't really sound right to me. I think I'm going to play the whole section again. And yeah, if I plan it ahead of time, like I said, then I would feel better about it, even if it basically sounds the same. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. I think I need to do it again the whole way, just playing the lower octave, and then make a decision after listening to it instead of debating it for forever. So. I was not paying attention. I thought I was done. Only halfway through. Yeah. Just reset this. Okay. I definitely felt like that one made sense. It's simple, but, doesn't really need to be over the top. So, yeah, listen to that one back. But I kind of think I'm going to like that. Hey, Levi. Yeah, I think I like doing that in the lower octave. So cool. Halfway through. I guess I don't really need that at the moment. But I do need to figure out what I'm going to do here. So. I don't think it needs to be that busy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the lower octave with this one too. I think that would be cool. Yeah, I think I like that. This. And then come back on the lower octave for the first beat of that measure. But I'm gonna start on the lower octave since it just kind of comes in. So yeah, I'm just gonna plan on doing that for the whole section. I think I was not ready for that. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to do the moving around until everything is like in. So I mostly like that, but there was one point where I got that note was like really weak. I kind of just, I don't know, the edge of my pick just like barely nicked the string instead of like really digging into it, and I was digging into the rest of the notes. So I want to find that and fix that, but I think that'll be okay. Oh yeah, it was that one. You can see it. Well, fair enough. See if that turned out okay. Kind of, I don't know, gross sounding slide. Granted, like, I mean, there's no, no processing on the bass at all. It'll sound better when there's something, but I'm going to redo that just because. I think that's gonna work. Cool. So unless I end up having to redo that once I fix some of the guitar tracks, or if I listen to this afterward and decide that there's way too many defects in the actual audio track, then we'll call that good for bass. So, and if I do have to do it, it'll be off camera. So yeah, cool. Moving on. So this is going to be really different from the original because, well, mostly because I just wanted to do it this way. I've got some, modern sounding, I guess, synth, like virtual synths and stuff. But since I have this, I have this old analog synth that I actually got at this thrift store for a crazy deal. So since I've got it, I want to use it, and it's not really going to sound anything like the the original keyboard recordings, but it'll sound like a part, and that'll work. It'll be its own kind of unique thing if I can figure out where to plug it in. Yeah, so this is a roll. It's an HS60, but that's like essentially the same thing as the, I can't even remember, the Juno or something. The only difference is that it's got built-in speakers. So actually, what most people do is run the out, like when they're recording into a board or something, they run the out from the headphone out instead of it has direct out for left and right. But unfortunately, the direct out for left and right doesn't kill the speakers that are actually in the thing, and so then you've got to deal with that as well as whatever audio source you're coming from. So so I just plugged it into the headphones, and yeah, so this is another area where I'm kind of not really in my wheelhouse, but though I'm not really a great keyboard player by any means, it's another thing that I enjoy, so I'm doing it. Yeah. So, I guess I should probably listen to the parts first. Hey, Will. Orion Will. How's it going? Also, sorry if you're a person that I know in real life, I don't recognize your YouTube name. What am I doing? Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for commenting. For some reason, Levi, you may have to remind me, but I thought there were other keyboard parts in here. Yeah, this song has some ripping leads for sure. They were, I don't know if you saw all the previous streams that I did, but it was kind of a challenge to get them down. So definitely, it was a nice feeling to be done with it. Not just to, like, be over with it, but like to have done it. It was good. I thought for sure somewhere in there was keyboard, but I didn't hear any. Not a lot of synth. Just around. Okay. Okay. For some reason, I thought there was like at least a part before the midway point in the song, but right where it changes to clean. Yeah, so there's like single notes kind of affected out and delayed and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool sound because it's just like it's in there really subtly. I'm not sure. Like I think maybe the first few times I heard that, I thought that was just like guitar delay or something, and then it's like, oh no, it's a different sound than that. But yeah, I'm sure there's not going to be anything remotely like that for what I can do with this keyboard. But yeah, that's half the fun. No. Must have. What did I do? Select the wrong one. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the presets because honestly, it's been a while since I've even heard them all, and yeah, to kind of. Oh well, that's like that would almost do it. Is that swell sort of sound? All right, so that's first one. Most of them sound more like that. I don't know how to play jump, but you could almost play jump with that sound. That might work too. Kind of ends funny. Definitely a lot of detune as well, but that's sort of cool too. That's a cool sound. I like a lot of these. I'm a huge fan of pretty much everything 80s. So it's like there's some songs that I hear a sound on this, and it's like, oh, that takes me exactly to this. You know, even like A Place for My Teenage Years or something. Listening to a lot of that music. Man, I'm severely out of practice. I have not tried anything on piano or keys in a long time. Let's see. Pattern Lonnie did was taken from the beginning. Taken from the song Contrast. Yep. Okay, moving on. That could maybe work too if I put a bunch of delay on it. Man, making me use the black keys. I don't have the dexterity for that. Oh yeah, we're in E flat. Yeah, I think that one could work. I don't know if that's as good as the ones that were more swell-like. Perfect. This one. Okay. Not what we're looking for. That might be cool. Awesome. That's maybe a bit too much warble. I can probably fix that, but I actually don't know that much about changing the settings. I mean, I've messed around with it. It's better if I leave it alone. That could be cool too. It's not exactly the same, I don't know, emotion, I guess. But I definitely, like, you know, this doesn't have any reverb or anything like that. No delays, no time-based effects at all. It's just making sine waves and altering them. Well, it does have chorus. My bad. I forgot about that. And the chorus actually sounds really nice. But yeah, to really make that section work, I'm gonna have to have a nice reverb on it, and so problem is if I load in a bunch of plugins, then my computer suffers even worse than it already does. So I was planning to do it without that, but then there's a little bit of mystery in exactly how it's gonna end up sounding. But I think you know, one of these will work close enough. I'm gonna keep going through some more of the sounds. That's the one. That's what we need. Yeah, I love this one. It sounds so nerdy. It's cool though. Like, I don't know. It can be. Anyway. That's a nice sound. That's almost like Sega Genesis. Yeah, it sounded like Streets of Rage. I guess it's not gonna stop. Huh. Okay. I don't think that's what I want. It's almost like Nintendo-like. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not good enough to have even tried that. We'll forget that happened. That's a cool sound too. Not really exactly right for this, but Also not right, but would be cool. Oh, weird. Interesting. It's like there's a slight. I don't know what's causing that, because I mean, there's not like technically a delay in here, but it's like there basically is a delay. I think these ones are all. Oh. No. Yeah, I think the rest of these are all percussion. Or what this thing is capable of doing as percussion. It was like wind. Yeah. I think one of those first ones. Listen to it again. Yeah, it's almost like, I mean, I'm sure it's, well, I guess I don't know what it is for sure, but I assume it's some sort of like actual, you know, generated synth or something, but it almost sounds like it's a sample of like a cello or something that's like, just got a bunch of reverb on it and some other processing or something. It's got like a, almost a tremolo sound to it. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, that's a cool sound. Yeah. The fade in on this patch is, I don't know how to adjust that, but it's like, oh, what? Interesting. You have to release the note all the way for it to, so does that fade in? Oh, no, it's just going. I held it down and it still did that at the end. I don't know if that's what I want. Wah, wah. It's a wah-wah pedal for the keyboard. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work, actually. I know there were a couple others that I thought were okay. With enough reverb, I think that one would do it. Alright, okay, not sure what happened there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, maybe that one will work. I'll try it just to get moving here. Let's not have both of them playing at the same time. Also, I was not recording. I played the wrong note. Also, I'm going to turn the guitar solo down because I don't need that right now. How does that sound? I think I like it. Again, it's hard to know. It's like the reverb really makes the sound. Yeah, this one's a little more like ethereal, and the sound that I've got is a little more like grungy. Oh yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. I stream every Monday. It's kind of random times, but yeah, every Monday. So thanks for chatting. Yeah, maybe I need to move that up an octave, actually. Get rid of that one. I think maybe I need to start, like, there's not a lot, there's a little bit of swell in, but I feel like I need to start the note earlier so that the peak of the swell is, like, right when the notes of the guitar are actually being picked. What? Ah, I was recording on the bass track. Did not want to do that. Yeah. Okay. But I think I need to play the note a little bit earlier so the swell lines up with where the note comes in. I think that would sound better. And I'm not sure I like it as much in the higher octave, but I don't know. I'll try it this time, and maybe it'll sound better in context than what it's sounding in my just like solo. What am I looking at? Good. That was the note that I intended to play. Yeah, I think these were too early. I mean, it's hard to say what it's going to sound like when the delay is on the guitar and stuff. That was another thing where, like, I wanted the delay to be exactly in sync with the time from the DAW, but I didn't want to put a delay on the track because my computer is just not capable. It already has enough problems, so adding more and more processing to it is just cruel after a certain point. Anyway, but I think these were... Yeah, it feels too early, so I need to, like... I don't know, that felt too early. fell too early. Also, yeah, when I had to move the mouse over, kind of, I don't know. There's a lot going on, so it probably wouldn't even notice it. Yeah, I think that's fine through there. Yeah, I guess I should make sure that that part is still playing at the end of the song. Oh, right. There's that. That's the part. Yep. Okay. But yeah, the other part's definitely still in there. Well, first thing, I guess I should use a patch that doesn't have a swell. Needs more like sawtooth or something. It's just not the right starting place. There's that one again. Actually. Oh, how does that go? It's a pretty majestic sounding synth, so yeah, I'm a little bit sad to know going into it that it's not going to sound like that, but also, you know, it'll have this cool like retro vibe to it, I guess. So it'll be good. Yeah, it's got a lot of jumping around, but if I can do it where, yeah, if I can just do it with my right hand, then my left hand's free to use the, you know, vibrato pitch control. That's always fun. Yeah. Actually, kind of a weird angle here for my hand. octave. I feel like it's not that note coming back up. Maybe. Oh, thanks, Lonnie. I hope you like it, because I don't know if you've been here for much of this stream or not, but yeah, it's going to be very different. I do have like synth plugins and stuff, but I don't know if Levi told you the story, but I found this analog synth at a thrift store for a crazy deal. I did have to spend some money to get it working. It wasn't 100% in working condition when I got it, but I got it like super cheap. I mean, dirt cheap for what it is, and for what they go for on Reverb. It's insane. So anyway, it's one of those things. It's like, well, I've got it, so I want to put it to use, but it doesn't really sound like the modern synth that you've got. So it'll be I don't know, maybe a little cheesy in comparison, but I think it'll be cool. I guess it is that. Oh, it's a different note. I'll find it. If I just play them all, I'll I can find all the notes. Yeah. Oh, nice. That's the beginning of Zelda 2. There it is. Yeah, that's a good chord. Yeah. Yeah. Is that it? Yeah, I think the sound will be all right. It's a little more expressive. Again, if I can just rely on my right hand only, then I can add the vibrato in with the left hand, and that's cool. And it'll definitely sound like it's got a little more life when I go to mix it and I add some reverb and delay to it. The thing that it doesn't have, that the synth that you went with like really has kind of in spades, is this sort of like churning sound in it. It's just like the texture of the sound is like changing the whole time that it's going. Really cool sound. I called it, I think the word I used before was majestic, and I'll say that again. It's a very good sound. I like it. So well done. Having the mod wheel and pitch wheel is really cool. Yeah, it is really cool. This one, it's actually I mean, technically it's a wheel still, because it like, but a lot of Roland keyboards that I've seen, like pictures of anyway, they have this I don't know what to call it, but like the pitch and the mod are on the same it's almost a joystick. So like, I don't know how well you can see it in the camera, but it just like, it's a wheel for pitch this direction, and then the whole wheel tilts slightly this way, it yeah, and that's what activates the mod. And then there's you can set the LFO rate and all of that. Yeah, the sound of the synth I use is preset. I swell to it. Usually use presets for most of the synth. Yeah, if that doesn't work, you have to brute force me. Yeah, man, that stuff, like, I don't have the patience for it. I used to, I think you've maybe heard some of the old electronic music that I used to do, and I always used presets, and maybe I would modify a little bit. I did modify a little bit, but like to go from scratch, you got to be really dedicated, because there's, especially with like, some of those plugins have, dozens of parameters, and I don't know, like I could sit down with it for 10 minutes and then I would be I would just run out of patience, and like I wouldn't even be able to hear anything. It's like, I don't know if this sounds good. Sounds like a dying cat. It's like, it's whatever. It's all the same to me. So I like chiptune because it's more basic sounds. Yeah, well, yeah, that, and there's something comforting about those sounds, at least for me, because it's like growing up with them. I was saying earlier, just with this keyboard, like because there's so many bands that I listen to from the 80s. And so I don't know if you heard me say earlier, but this is effectively a Roland Juno. I think it's a Juno. It's one of those, like, it's one of the ones that you've heard of for sure. But this model is technically called the HS60. And usually it doesn't command quite as high of a price, just because it doesn't have the name attached to it. But like the guts of the thing are exactly the same. The only difference is that this one has speakers that are actually in the chassis, which it's kind of cool for being as much of a novice as I am. Like, just being able to plink on it for a little bit here and there. Like, mostly I wanted it to record stuff with, so to that end, it's like maybe not the best thing, but since I'm just not much of a player, it's fun to be able to turn it on in a very casual way. I don't have to, load up a session in the DAW or anything like that. I can just turn it on and listen to the speakers. Yeah. So yeah, that's this patch doesn't have any swell, and there were a few that had swell to them, but there was one that I actually was thinking about doing for the earlier part, that's just kind of the pad note underneath the guitar chords, the guitar arpeggiated chords. And it did this weird thing where, like, at the end of the note, it would like swell and then kind of fade out, and then right at the end it would do a really abrupt swell and then another fade out. So it was like, I don't know. Just have to go back and listen to it, I guess. A few synths I want to get my hands on that were used a lot. Yes. Man, I need to find this again, but I found a GitHub repo for a PS1 reverb, and it made me think of you. I also want to use it myself, but it made me think of you. So if I find it again, I think maybe I bookmarked it, but I'll try to find that and send it to you. I saw somebody do a YouTube video on it. It looked really cool. Okay. Did that part sound right to you? No. Is it just that repeated? Cool. Oh, okay. I'll listen for it. Okay. Okay. Cool. Did you, pretty much mostly emphasizing that. Yeah. Does the part come in before that? Gotcha. need to add. Oh. I should have just. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, nice. I'm so good at naming things. Keys and synth 2. Yeah, I'm also great at spelling. Okay. Yeah, I might actually might do 2 takes of it so I can get a different sound and kind of that might add to the more lively nature, because like I said, like it's really cool how much life that one part has, especially since it's like a single note part. Since the patch has so much like texture in it, it doesn't need to be chords or anything. And obviously there's other, like the guitar chords are still playing, but yeah, it's just a really full sound in a single note. That's really cool. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it has issues with the mod, but yeah, I got a bit aggressive there. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. So, I guess I'm ready. Oh man, what is going on? Sometimes I don't know if something's actually wrong or if it's just the nature of it being analog, but yeah, sometimes you kind of have to mess around with the knobs for it to, I don't know, like reset itself. It's weird stuff. It's also weird with it being analog, you actually have to like tune it. And so there was this whole process. So I had to order, when I got it, it technically worked. It emitted sound and it sounded okay, but the volume kept cutting in and out. It was like not really playable. And so I found this guy, I think he was in Belgium or something. He was definitely overseas somewhere. And he was like the only guy around who makes aftermarket chips to keep these things alive. And anyway, so I ordered some parts from him, and apparently the problem with them is that the originals were like dipped in epoxy or something, and they didn't want anybody getting into them, I guess, and reverse engineering or whatever. But they dipped them in epoxy, and so what that meant was that the chips would heat up and they couldn't disperse the heat, and so eventually the chips failed, and so that's what happened to mine. So we trying to find a sawtooth lead. Yeah, I will do that. I'm gonna record it with this first, and because I think I'm gonna do 2 tracks of it anyway, unless that just ends up sounding really bad. But yeah, I'll get one that's a little more like aggressive in terms of the waveform. Anyway, but yeah, so got the replacement chips, and thankfully a friend of mine who has a lot of experience with electrical engineering was able to put them in and calibrate the thing. But it was kind of intense actually, and then you've got to tune it, and there's a whole process. You don't think about that because digital stuff is just you don't have to mess with that. So there's for all of the praise that analog gets, and I have a special place for it in my heart, even if it's only marketing BS, but like I still like it. But for all of the praise that it gets, there's definitely reasons why everyone switched to digital in the long run. Okay, try this again. Man, why do you do that to me? Oh, interesting. Okay, this patch, just like the longer you hold the note, the more that's cool. Or wait, no, it should not be doing that, I don't think. Well, whatever. I'll give it another try. Maybe I just won't touch the mod wheel and see if it still messes up. It knows I'm recording, I'm telling you. Every time. It does not like me. I just want to get one take out of it, even if it's not the instrument that I use. I just want to get one take. Helps to play the right notes. Yep, trying to read and play at the same time. Yes, I think you are right. It's like a really pathetic dog. Okay, well, I will try to correct the form of my playing and see if I can get around that issue. Yeah, I started on the right note. Again. Ah! Alright. This is gonna be a very sterile playing style. Man. That's the other nice thing about doing everything digitally. If I were just grabbing the MIDI, I could fix it. Wouldn't even have to play the right notes the first time. Second time around, it starts a whole step lower. Oh, it sounded... So the way that I heard it was... And then... Does it start down here? So, the G the first time, F the second time, pretty sure. Well, yeah, with the, it'd be flat, so like I'm playing an E there, but yeah. I'll listen to it again. But I thought it was starting on a G. Well, now my ears are playing tricks on me. I don't know why. Now neither of those sound right to me. I don't know. Did you mean to make that pun? Or was that like just typing by muscle memory? Oh, okay. Yeah. That was a good pun anyway. Yeah, the one built into my name is everything's a hassle with me. So, heard that one too many times for it to be novel anymore. Yeah, is Lonnie still in here? Does he remember? I mean, either of those notes sounds good to me, so doesn't really matter, I guess, but... Oh, cool. Do you remember the second time through? So does it start on an E or does it start on a? So, yeah, I think I said G before, but it's an A. So that's the first time. So the second time, does it start here? Or does it start... Do you remember? He's gone again. Sounds good either way. Yeah, I'll try recording it again because I'm start on a B, then an octave. Start on the fifth interval. So, unless this is transposed, so like the song's in E flat. And I think, like, I think this is in... I don't think this keyboard is transposed at the moment, so I'm starting on an F sharp. So, wait. It actually plays the same thing every... Oh, it plays the same thing? I'll try it. Well, I don't know. I can't tell if it's just the character of the sound of the synth, but it does kind of sound like a different note. And maybe my ears are just tricking me. But that last time through, it kind of sounded like it started down here on the E. But I sort of like starting that on the A the second time. I think that sounds nice. Oop. But when I was playing it earlier, I couldn't remember to do it, so I don't know. Maybe I should just stick with the F sharp the whole time. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just see what happens, I guess. So many notes, it can be hard to isolate. Yeah, for sure. Nah. Oh, that I could punch in, except, man, I have some completely messed up audio. That was terrible. I'm gonna have to record everything I did tonight off stream. That sucks. Try it again, though, before I totally give up all hope. It hates me. Ugh. Yeah, huge chunk of missing audio right here. I'm sure that sounds lovely. And this is just all over the place. So I'm not going to worry about it too much at this point. I want to hear it with a more aggressive, like sawtooth style synth. And yeah, I want to hear them both at once. Even if the audio's janky, I'll have to fix it. Oh, that is the wrong. I didn't make yet. Need to make yet another track. Actually, let's do this. Okay. B, then octave up to B, E, E flat, B, F sharp, B, octave F. That's really loud. So, what? Yeah, B up to octave E, but you just didn't write out these notes, or what? And then, okay, so you do go to E. E to E flat. Oh, okay. Or, but you're still playing the B there, right? So it's just that E to E flat. Is that what you're talking about? Anyway, I'm going to try to find a different patch. Actually, I kind of like that, but it's a bit much. I want to record it anyway. Yeah, okay. I fat fingered some of the keys at the end. That was kind of rough. Up to then, it sounded all right. And actually, these might work together. This one is just a little quieter. That was the part. I'm going to hear that with the rest of the instruments just because. Well, yeah, I guess it's not a whole lot of point in it because the guitar doesn't sound the way that it will in the. Okay. I'm going to stay on that patch and hopefully get a good recording. And then I think I'm going to look for another one that isn't quite so much. Okay. Still coming through this one. That's what. Okay. Okay. One thing about this one is it sounds really bad if you hit the wrong note. Goes for a long time. Much more than I need, but that's easy to fix. So. Yeah, for sure. Sizzly. Yeah, I mean, that one definitely has the right overall character. It's just the notes, like, they just continue to ring out for so long after you touch them that they all kind of blend together. If I knew for sure how to get that swell to come in faster, I could use that. But I think the melody is too fast for that too. I'm not sure what I even need to adjust. Well, it's gone now. It's almost too sizzly now. Oh, what? It's just playing itself now. That could be fun. I could play with that. Let me do yet another track here. And I'm way behind. Okay. One hack you could do is cut the track every start of, oh yeah, that's true. Fade them in note by note. So every transient or start of the note would fade in and to mimic as well. True. What am I doing? Okay. Right. What was I doing? I need a third arm. I can. Just all the vibrato, all the time. Okay. Man, it's like the that would be cool to like mimic that fade too, because like even though technically the note is starting, you know, as soon as you touch the key. But then the like the effective range on the slider on the keyboard is like really narrow for some reason, and I assume there's a settings reason why that is. So that like you only have the first half of the slider to really like do that with. So you got to be, I mean, it's kind of touchy. It's like, yeah, you end up, if you're not really careful with it. Ah, that's better. Well, maybe not. I'm just gonna run with it. What? Man, that was... Or wait, are those actual stops? I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be smoothed over adding reverb and delay to it. I kind of like that, having the slightly different characteristic sounds. What do you think, Lonnie? Sound is cool? All right. Yeah, I like it. So if I am done with bass and keys, then the drums are all I've got left. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't take me another like 5 weeks to do. One of the reasons why I picked this song is that out of all of the material that you have, Levi, this is the one where I was like, I think maybe I can play those drums. Get close enough to it. So it's definitely not going to be exactly the same. But my plan is to embrace that. And it's like, you know, I'm a pretty mediocre drummer, so I'm going to do just simple things. Just to basically try to keep the feel of the song going. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's my plan. So I think it'll work out. But yeah, obviously. Well, this track actually might have turned. No, it still has audio glitches. So yeah, I'm gonna have to record this stuff. I think I can get this done in like 15 minutes if I stop this stream now, and I'll have time to do it. So okay, so that's gonna be it. Thank you all for joining me, and next week, yeah, I guess the plan will be to do drums. So join me for that one next Monday. Bye.